Good afternoon. I hope that you are entering into an evening of rest as you think about your contribution and your value add to a very strong start. I also want to send my thoughts, my prayers, and positive wishes for recovery to you and those of you who have had families that are impacted by Hurricane Laura. Please let us know if we can do anything to support you or your family in this season. I also want to just take some time to acknowledge that our country reels from another attack against a Black man. As communities grieve and exercise their First Amendment rights to demand justice, and as Jacob Blake fights for his life, we are reminded that racism is a public health crisis. There is no time to waste, and we are part of the change. Ellen and I spoke today about some things that we want to work with the Organization and Social Justice Committee to ensure we're in the front of this change. Last, I want to just share what you're doing well this week that has contributed to our strong start, and one of the strongest starts as KIPP Texas, despite being virtual. The first thing is we're building trust in brave and belonging spaces. Like at KLCA today, where a teacher in an all-male advisory engaged in a conversation about Jacob Blake, and the emotional expression from our male students really moved the conversation from one about school to about activism, and created a brave and belonging space. You also are focused on deliberate and purposeful practice. Like at Somos, where real-time coaching is real, and at Collegiate, we're practicing before we go into classrooms, not only on feedback, but on the real-time coaching, is a practice that is both deliberate and purposeful. Wow, you're engaging in a trifecta and using data to inform practices. Like our DDI lead, Yasmin in Dallas, who each day has taken a different view of the data and really lifted things that allow the organization in that region to be stronger and smarter. And then you're in the learning with our KIPPsters, and that's the beautiful part of it. I have enjoyed each day being in the learning and at your schools. And Journey, wow, not only the quality of your observations and the deliberateness of your feedback, but that warm and beautiful culture that Allison is creating. I just want to say thank you to those school leaders whose schools I've mentioned, and to all of you and your leadership teams. We are having a strong start. Please engage in self-care. You deserve it. In fact, I want you to do it not only because you deserve it, but because it'll allow us to continue to do this work as change makers and groundbreakers. We need you. So this is not about persisting without purpose. This is about persisting with purpose, which means you engage in self-care so that when it's time to go an extra mile, you have the fuel to do so. And you also have the grace that you can share when you're not able to go that extra mile. This is going to be a historic year. I love you. I want you to rest, and I want you to be proud of a very, very strong start. Have a great evening, team.